Yo, so just wanted to pop in here and give some my quick thoughts on One Piece 997. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to do this for a while, but I definitely want to start reacting to the One Piece to the One Piece chapters as they come out, just because I love One Piece so much, and it's like one of the only things I keep up with. So I definitely wanted to talk about it a bit here. But yeah, absolute insanity right now. Are you kidding me, dude? Like everything that's happening in Wano right now is ridiculous. It's blowing my mind right now. But this latest chapter has obviously sparked a huge debate over Zoro and his power level, and some people are even going out of their way to say that he's stronger than Luffy, which is wild to me. Wild to me. But they're all part of that cult, the old Zoro cuts down Kaido cult. But yeah, I've been watching a bunch of the videos and a bunch of the thoughts on it lately, and I thought I'd throw my own thoughts out there because to me it's just another feat, right? I don't know why everybody, I guess it's just the nature of like chapter by chapter analysis, but it's like people forget that the rest of the world exists even in these small little moments whenever people get feats, right? Like I remember there's always been this disrespect on Big Mom that everybody likes to refer to, and it's like, no man, like Big Mom is a Yonko, and like even though yeah, she's taking hits here and there, getting getting attacked by smaller characters, whatever. It doesn't make her any less of a Yonko, Like you still see, we can still swap flies, like yeah, it doesn't change anything. But for Zoro, I think that this just shows that when it's time to focus, like Zoro could focus. I think that this was to bring a little bit more bring a bit more attention to the fact that Zoro is vice captain, Like there's a reason that he's vice captain. There's a reason that he is still the first mate, Like I know that everybody got mixed up whenever Jinbei joined the crew and everybody wanted to know, well, how does the monster trio stack up now, Like before we had a pretty clear duckling in a row relationship, it was Luffy, Zoro, Sanji. And yeah, I know I'm sure I'm gonna get a bunch of people talking to me about how there's that Zoro Sanji rivalry, but it's just a rivalry, like it's just a brotherly rivalry, Like I mean it's the same thing that happens if you saw like two older, like two brothers that were separated by a couple of years. One of them's gonna be older and one of them's gonna have it's gonna be more developed, be stronger, do the things, and but they're still gonna fight over stuff. They're still gonna compete. They're still gonna get in each other's way. It's just like that's part of the sibling rivalry aspect of it. Oda's capturing that in the family aspect of One Piece. But yeah, it's always been pretty clear to me that Zoro was the guy. He was the second fella, and because he would go toe to toe with Luffy, and Luffy and Sanji don't have that sort of relationship. Honestly, like Luffy, comes to Sanji for food and Sanji feeds him, man. Like that's it's a completely different thing. But that if it was ever coming down to it, like sure Sanji would do the same thing he does with Zoro, but it would be pretty clear at the end of the day, it's Luffy. Luffy's the guy that takes that in the power rankings. But yeah, the way I see it, yes, Zoro has been doing great things since the time skip. Zoro has been going ham. Zoro is very strong, but you need to understand that like literally all of the matchups that Zoro has had have not shown the real strength that he has. I can see that. I can see why people want to think that Zoro has like this insane amount of power, which I do think he's insanely powerful. I know that before Wano started, everybody had these like really wonky like ideas on how the crew was supposed to perform against Yonko. And from the beginning, whenever I kept commenting all over the place, but I had the idea that like it's the Yonko have been built up purely through media. It's in the exact same way like Oda models life in all of the One Piece story, and so like that's a bit of fun if you ever want to go through it and just think about the relationships and what Oda's trying to say about the real world in it. Definitely do that. But yeah, the Yonko are certainly a case of that, where the Yonko are like big figures, ideological figures of culture in the One Piece world. You feel me? So, yes, Big News Morgan throws out Luffy as the the fifth emperor of the sea, so Goku or whatever, right? Luffy is a fifth emperor, like he is. That was it. Like I'm pretty sure that that is literally the criteria is that somebody calls you the somebody calls you an emperor of the sea, you are an emperor of the sea. And if it's a giant, news outlet that spreads news to the entire world, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people now know Luffy as an emperor of the sea. They don't know anything about him. They don't care. If they've never met him, they don't know. They just know that he's some crazy pirate out on the sea that's been named as the fifth emperor of it. And they've heard about his feats and whatever he did, whatever Morgan wrote in there, right? So yeah, I think that from the beginning I thought Luffy's crew was ready. I think they'd proved that. I thought that Luffy had passed his final hurdle on the way to fighting a Yonko, which was with Katakuri, right? Surviving a battle with the first commander. Because the first commander and the captain have always been built up as these two, specific tiers of like, yeah, the whole crew can be very strong, but your captain is going to be the one that takes care of most of the stuff. And your first commander is going to be likely as capable as your captain, if not more so. And they're simply the ones that get shit done. They're the ones that take things out and figure it all out as we go, right? Uh, and I think that you can, is even talking about it right here, you can see how these things were highlighted today in this chapter for Zoro, uh, because in this moment he realized, as he felt that his friend was in trouble, as he felt, well, not even felt, as he saw evidence that, hey, things are getting really serious and I need to figure something out right now, because if not, I may have to regret something later that I wasn't able to help. Regret the fact that I wasn't there, because he's thinking blood, he just saw an arm fall. That's that's the motivation that I think someone like Zoro would need to really cut the shit and just get to it, you know what I'm saying? So, I definitely think that this chapter was showcasing that, hey, here's where Zoro's at, because you've been asking. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's another one of those big pressure points that Oda's been holding on and holding on and holding on and holding on, and he finally let loose here. He finally let loose. It's more hype. It's more crazy action. We've been waiting for this. We've been waiting, and everybody's inflating it to this moment, right? And they want to see it. They think that it's gonna expand all the way to Kaido, and it might. We don't really know. We don't know how that's gonna go down, but from what I can see, it's just Soda saying, hey, just so you know, yeah, Luffy is a Yonko, or the Straw Hats are a Yonko crew. Luffy is a Yonko, and this is the first commander. You feel me? This is the man that will help Luffy become Pirate King. He's the right hand. And in this case, right, since the relation to power is just, literal strength in the pirate world, right? As our metaphors of everything go. Yeah, he's that strong. I mean, everybody is pointing to the fact that Zoro was trained by the world's strongest swordsman in Mihawk, right, for 2 years. But Luffy was trained by the Pirate King's right hand, Silver's Rayleigh. And I want you to realize that Shanks didn't start his crew until that execution, and Rayleigh retired in that execution. So who is the world's strongest swordsman? It is a Yonko. We'll keep going on that later. Bye bye. Take care.